My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Monster Train. It's rank 23, random, as you might expect. Let's go. Ooh, Ritual of Battle. Ooh, it's Hellhorn Stygian. Love that. Unfortunately, yeah, cleanses units of effects that don't benefit the Seraph, and we've got 2 Rituals of Battle in the base deck, so Rage is less of a powerful thing that we can do, at the very least, in the final fight. Start to turn out a random imp unit to hand. Hell's Banners is so powerful, though. But we also have an Impressive already in the deck. Sure. Alright, let's try and beat Imp deck. An Imp deck uses the Reaper Hornbreaker Prince, because you can sack the Imps in front of it, and still get the Slay triggers off. So you can use them to chump block for it. Non-boss enemies enter with spikes 3. That's a little bit of a problem. Little bit. So we're gonna have to set up on a high floor here. Use spells to take out the lower floors. Good. Because the Hornbreaker Prince can only hit one thing that has spikes on it. If it hits any more than that, it's gonna die. Okay. We could use the Titan's Gratitude here, because, but the Hornbreaker is currently not hitting anything. I think we're fine to just pop those 2 on the bottom floor. That'll do. So we take 8 damage. Yeah, I probably should have saved the other hit. That is to say, save the spell and cast that on the top floor. Nice. So 8 damage taken in order to get a 75. Happy with that. Yeah, I'll take imps, because I'm also going to take a bunch of spells that affect imps happily as well. Having a Molting Imp already in the deck gives us a little bit of AoE, which we're currently lacking. Without having to rely on the rolling through a Impsicle in order to get it. We have direct damage in the Molten Imp is a little bit direct damage, right? It's reach. The torches are also directed damage. Do I need a Flash Freezer? Offering Token could be okay, just for getting past garbage cards. Yeah, especially while I don't have the ability to play everything in my hand, that's fine. Now here... Stygian. Do I want a Stygian lead? I'll happily take a Stygian lead. Sure. We'll do 2 floors. Large Stone, Heartstone, Healthstone. Good. Yikes. Well, these aren't what I was looking for. Do I still take a Siren of the Sea? Yep. The only thing is we can't give the Siren of the Sea the Heartstone here. Sorry, the Large Stone. Can I? Because I'm definitely going capacity after the first boss. I'll give it. The idea is that's going to be the frontliner in front of my Hornbreaker. Okay. Fair whack of damage taken there. Hopefully we end up with a bunch more spells. That's not a bunch more spells, it's some more spells. Still, we don't take that much damage to them because they're only doing 1 by the time they get to the top there. Yeah, this is where I would love to put down the Molting Imp, but I just do not have the ability to. Cool. No teleport past. Sack out the rest of the units while I can. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, even with your thorns, you should be dead here. And you are. So I'm looking for multi-strike on the Siren of the Sea as well as the Incant Seal, I guess? Fortify Hidden Passage Vent. Hidden Passage gives me the ability to stock more things on the top floor behind the Siren of the Sea. I actually like that, using Hidden Passage in order to enable an overstacked Incant floor. I like that a lot. And Hellcoop Crystallis is just value. Rage doesn't K on friendlies. Sure, everything except for the final fight, that's going to be really good with. In particular, that's going to be really good with the Rage Imp. I can overstock a Alpha Friend to the top floor. I could even do it with the Branded Warrior. I'd be happy with the Branded Warrior as well. The only thing is I'm going to need spells in order to take out the Scourge Givers on lower floors. I'm okay with that. I think the best pickup here is probably going to be the Gift of Gratitude. What we're looking for now is Pyre Chompers to be generated from the Impsicle, as well as a Transcend Imp, as well as the Ashes of the Fallen, because then we can get something like, 50 gold on a single turn. Or, sorry, 50 energy on a single turn, and then translate that into gold. $2.5k per cast sounds good to me. Still important I throw away my minions when I can, rather than just get an extra incant trigger that I don't necessarily need. Dang. There's no way to save it, right? Fledgling Imp goes in front, I torch the constructed explosive, Fledgling Imp dies to the fortified, and then the clergyman kill my branded warrior. There's no way to cut through that. Yeah, okay, we lose the branded warrior, that's fine. It's okay, that happens. As the deck gets thinner and we have easier access to Hidden Passage, it's going to happen less, though. I still need to make sure that 2 of these clergymen get to the top line so that I have... Ooh, actually, that's important as well. Yeah, I need to make sure that 2 of the clergymen get to the top line so that I have another Slay on the Hornbreaker. This one's really unfortunate. This is exactly where I really want to have an extra capacity on this floor. Fine. Let's pop that down. I'm actually now worried about whether or not we beat Daedalus. Unfortunate worry to have, but I just don't think we have enough health on that top liner. Maybe I should just Pyre Chomp the Gift of Gratitude for 180 right now. 180 right now is probably more valuable than more than that later. Yeah. That's pretty much exactly how I expected that one to go. Not having the extra capacity in order to do that and taking the large stone is what killed us. I was thinking that we were going to be able to kind of just waltz through that fight rather than limp out of it into a new run. But that's okay. Gives us new champs to run with. Packed Morsels, Molting Imp, Excavation Eruption, benefits that, or rather upgrades that don't benefit the Seraph. And we've got an Umbra lead for Hellhorn Follow. Easy. Summon abilities trigger an additional time. I needed you in the last run, not this run, but if we get an Architect here. Ooh, hello Architect. So we can actually use the Architect to get 4 capacity on that floor now. Seems great to me. Be using the Architect as a backliner and probably looking for a Hellhorned frontliner. Almost enemies enter with spikes 3. We can deal with that. We're not going to have fun dealing with it, but we can. Alright. As much as I want to set up on the bottom floor so that I can encounter the boss when the boss comes in, I also need to make sure that the packed morsels get eaten here, and any packed morsel that has any damage is going to attack the spikes and die. So I have to set up on this floor. Yeah, all of those would have died. We'll also set a train suit on the top floor for, there we go, the collector. Great. That should do. I get 2 extra energy back by casting the Excavation Eruption on the bottom line. Almost all of the time there. Not guaranteed, but most of the time. Please, health or lifesteal? Damage shield to work. Damage shield will work. I can also even just put minions in front of you. Alright, great. 75 for nothing. Seems like a decent deal right there. Another packed morsels, just because of how easy it is to place them. I think so. Fortify, Ritual of Battle, and Molting Imp. So let's think about our... Let's think about what frontliner we're likely to put in front of the horn... the horned imp. What was I going to say? Hellhorned? Yeah, I have nothing of that description. Oops. Let's think of what we're going to be putting in front of the Penumbra. Armor stack units. Lifesteal stack units, Divine Shield stack units. Honestly, it just really depends on what's the first thing I see. Divine Shield and Lifesteal stack units don't care about Fortify that much. They just don't. I think there's a pass. It could have been the Molting Imp with the double. Actually, it should have been the Molting Imp with the double. Oops. Yeah, okay, fine. Multi-strike damage shields. What do we got? No frontliner here. Unless it's Rail Beater. Is it Rail Beater? I don't like Rail Beater, but people are telling me I'm too harsh on Rail Beater. Maybe it's Rail Beater. Rail Beater only has 25 armor by itself, though, is the problem. Makes it real hard to... Fine. Let's try Rail Beater. Do you want multi-strike? Let's give you multi-strike and extra damage. Because then, if Rail Beater is no longer my frontliner in a couple turns, I can make it a second liner. With the extra capacity that we get from the Penumbra double summon, I should have the ability to make it basically anything I want it to be. I'm worried that it's going to knock big units out of the way, and then my Architect is going to hit nothing. But the double strike is going to help with that. Okay. That sucks. Yeah, look, I knocked the Disciple and the Forged Deceptor out of the way, and then the Reconciler takes all of the Penumbra's damage. Not great. It's exactly the kind of thing I was worried about. Okay. And I guess the Rail Eater is... My gorge? No, it can't be going... Reordering the enemies is the thing that I find really difficult to play around here. Well, the enemy has sweep, so no matter what I play here, it has no effect on the board. Okay, so now I'm looking for actual armor cards again. I'll take another pack morsel, sure. That's a big armor card. It's 30 armor for one. It's just I have to also find a way to kill it. Shadow Eater. What if Shadow Eater is the front line in front of the Penumbra? No, because Shadow Eater kills Wimpy units, right? So what if Shadow Eater is... Because it does it on the Gorge trigger, which happens at the end of the turn. So Shadow Eater goes on the bottom floor by itself. Penumbra goes on the second floor with a Rail Beater in front, and then this is a lot better. Yeah, this is for taking out chump units. It should also be for throwing away imps on the bottom line. We probably need capacity after the first boss. Yeah, Voltage Gauge is actually pretty bad here. 0, 0, 0, 0. Excavation Eruption becomes pretty good. 2. Like, I like the extra draw from this a lot. But I feel like we're a couple cards away from it actually being valuable. It's broken. It can be broken pretty easily. It's not that difficult. It's just this deck is very dilute with cards that it's not good with. I've got to take the Scorching Restraints here, I think, and just move on. That does make our... Ooh. Rare Awoken, Rare Melting, or Rare Stygian. Let's have a look at those in the moment. But this does make our morsels and our imps a lot better because they just come in with 6 extra damage. So Logbook for a... We're looking specifically at the rares, and we're looking at Awoken, Stygian... Wait, I guess we'll go Awoken first. Awoken Rail Spike, pretty good. Unleash the Wildwood, pretty bad. Channel Song... Bad right now, pretty good later. Wiltwood Tome... Not great. Vine Mother, no. Adaptive, no. Spreading Spores. Soft, no. Cycle of Life, yes. As in whether or not they're good, Wilting Sapwood, no. So 1, 2, 3-ish. 2.5 things that I'd want from this. Stygian Guard. Lodestone Totem. Offering Totem. Offering Monument. Lodestone Totem. Nah, it's none of these. And then the final one was Melting Remnant. Legion of Wax, Bounty Stalker, both of those kind of just build themselves. Memento Mori is actually also pretty good with the amount of morsels we can be killing. Okay. I think I'm sold on the Melting Remnant here. That sucks. Yeah, that's actually, like, really bad. Harvest gains on 1, extinguish, deal damage to enemies equal to 15 times the soul count. I could put that behind the Shadow Eater. Just ends up being a big nuke against the boss. Okay. Let's try that. It's going to be bad against sweep units, though. I also desperately need the extra capacity. Like, I'm playing right now as though I have the extra capacity gem, but I don't. Maybe I just don't play the Devourer of Death here. There are any 10 health units going past? I think no, right? Ugh. Yikes. Look at that bottom line. Okay. Divine Shields? Got him. Nice. Yeah, Excav Eruption here actually isn't even that good. And by not even that good, I mean is not good at all. Throw away the Train Steward again. I'm gonna Molting Imp. I'm gonna Torch the Imp. Torch that on the top line as well. And then just try and get some extra health on the bottom line here. I can't catch the Forge Disciple, so we're going to be taking 2 damage to that. Okay. Magma. Then 1, 2. May as well put 2 more down here. No lifesteal needed. And then just sack some units on the top floor. Unfortunately, they're dazed, so we still can't do anything with them. Yeah, the Devourer of Death doesn't get any larger right now. Although, it actually does if I put it on the midline. We'll see a couple Harvest triggers. Alright, let's use Shade Splitter here as well. Dang, that was just in case we got another Rubble Morsel, which would have been an extra energy for us the first turn. Or next turn, rather. Yeah, that went okay. It took the very end of what we had to actually kill the boss there, the 120. Shroud Mitosis, definitely, 100%. No ifs, ands, or buts about that one. None of these. None of these, I don't think. And the extra capacity. Okay. What are we missing out on? What can this build not do? 2 big dudes? 2 big dudes. How do we do 2 big dudes? The Penumbra is going to get a lot larger. That is, the Architect Penumbra is going to get a lot larger relatively soon. Umbra unit. We're still looking for a frontliner in order to go in front of the Rail Beater. So yeah, let's go over here. Sure. Double stack. I mean, that would be the Ritual of Rage, right? Crucible Warden. Gorgeous for damage shield. Is that what we're doing? Yeah, I think that's what we're doing. It's going to need a little extra health as well. Wait, we have nothing we can do there? Weird. So let's decrease the cost of the Excav. Reroll. Holdover goes on the Shroud Mitosis 100%. And I'm also going to lower its cost because I'm going to play it every single turn. Removing 2 cards from the deck is almost certainly 2 torches? Or is it Train Stewards now? I think it's Train Stewards. Because I'm going to have a lot of difficulty placing them anywhere. I also don't really want to spare the energy to place them anywhere. Great. Literally just doubled the stats on that minion. Alright. We need more removal. We need to thin down this deck so that we're just hitting the morsel generation more consistently. This is fine, right? Yeah, as long as we... Well, actually, even if we get the space reduction on the bottom floor, because we have the Light of the Seraph, we should be okay. Hopefully we get it on the top. Nice. Yeah, I'm going to take 3 pyre damage here in order to save 15 health on my bottom lane unit. Because I'm still doing the setup right now, unfortunately. Speaking of still doing the setup, I think we just played 3 Shade Splitters here. Let's go rubble and health on the bottom line, and completely mess up this line. Have to play it as a jump blocker, but it works. I think we're also gonna chump block with that one, and then throw 3 extras on the top line, or do we want health? I think we want a little health here on the bottom line. Then we can get some Divine Shield in a second. Okay. Very, very late pickup of the Shroud Mitosis here, unfortunately. But we just picked up some extra souls, and is this going to be enough? No. Do you have sweep? No, you don't. Okay, good. So you have 5 lifesteal attacks. Here's what I'm going to try. See if we can make that line basically lethal. Let's watch it resolve slowly as well. So you attack. The Gorge goes off now, killing backliners. Giving us a bunch more lifesteal as well. Healing us up as well. And then you deal 7 damage, we respond with 20. For free a bunch of times because of the lifesteal. Excellent. You exactly kill us on this attack. And then the 195 damage from the Harvest there. Great. And I'm just going to end this with more damage shield than I started. Wait, no, we didn't even get to the damage shield's Gorge stage. Void Binding, Ember Cache, Engine Upgrade. Engine Upgrade's not bad because I'm missing out on the Light of the Seraph consistently here, but it's also like, after our first and second turn, do we need extra energy at all? Not really. We could take an Ember Cache. It's a way to get extra energy as well as some consume cards in the deck, which can be pretty important later. There's a couple consume relics that are really good. Okay. Branding right. We also do have double summon ability, so the Pyre Chomper is a little bit of consideration there. Double branding? Sorry, not double branding. Single branding? It is a lot of armor. And it's directed. And it pierces, so we can give armor to a unit that's also building up damage shield. I love that. Love it. That unit is also pretty likely to end up eating morsels that give it lifesteal, so we can continually do that. We're going to go for the Unstable Vortex and Merchant Magic over here. Units get an extra upgrade slot. Whenever you play spells in hand that cost less or reduce to 0 for the rest of the turn. We have 1 that costs a high 2. We've got Excavation Eruption and Branding Right that both cost enough to actually make other things cost less. That's still not super significant. Units gain an extra upgrade slot, though. I think that's pretty big. Let's have a look at the Concealing Caverns first, just in case. I'd probably go for the Small Shard. Just give extra health to the Rail Beater that already has it. And that actually makes the units gain an extra 3rd upgrade slot not that great. Blood for Blood is Heartless is a little bit of a problem because we do rely on lifesteal a little bit, and also the Shadow Eater heals itself with the Gorge trigger. Maybe I actually just put this on the Shadow Eater instead, though. Actually, yeah, it's the Shadow Eater. That goes on the Shadow Eater. I'm really not enthused about any of these relics. Got 2 Train Stewards easily. We couldn't even re-roll and guaranteed get something. Maybe it's just removal. Let's see what's in the next area as well, actually, first. Minions, more spell upgrades, as well as an Unstable Vortex. I mean, more removals from the deck is really nice. It's just, What do I even want to do with my spell upgrades? I want to double stack the branding right. I want to remove consume from the Ember Cache. I want to lower the cost of the excavation eruption. I want to remove consume from any of the packed morsels. I want to lower the cost. I shouldn't really care about lowering the cost of the shade splitters. They're basically all castable whenever I draw them. Whatever I do, I'm going to delay my decision on it. Enemies enter with armor 15 is a little bit of a problem. Because it means that I need 3 gorges on the bottom floor to actually kill sycophants. It's really hard to do. Yeah, especially hard to do right now. Let's go. Yes, damage shield. The bottom line. Is there someone I should have set up on the top floor there? I don't think so. I think that basically worked as well as it could have. Okay. I only need 1 gorge on that bottom line. Do I throw away the welder helper? And if I do, where? I think I do, and I'm going to throw it away on the top line. The rubble morsel we were looking for. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I also think I throw away the molten imp on the top line now. Yay, extra energy back. Let's get you that because you've got lifesteal, so you're going to heal back up this turn anyway. Morsel miner, love it. Shade splitter for hopefully a rubble morsel. Yeah, putting the... See, because the gorge effect is the main value the Shadow Eater gets, you don't really need to feed it good morsels at all. Which is really good, because it means that I have someone who wants my good morsels and someone who will eat the rest. This is the black hole friend. You know when you go to dinner with friends and someone's just like, hey, I'm feeling full. Does anyone want the... Yes. That person. The person who interrupted with the yes. Just friendly carrion. Also put the Devourer of Death up there. Yeah, unfortunately, the boss has sweep, so putting down any morsels on the bottom line does nothing there. That'll do it. Yeah, we've got a bunch of damage shields. And it's enough. We need to upgrade that unit as well. Cannibalize. I don't think I have enough imps, and I don't think I'm likely to take enough imps to make important work work. But if I ever see... Oh, God. Do I take it anyway? I think I do. Because if I ever see the imp sickle, I take it. You have to take it because I have the Ashes of the Fallen, right? Double stack branding right. Knew that one was coming. It's also decreased its cost. Plus 10 magic power to the excavation eruption, so it's more likely to kill things by itself. I could reroll and take 2 more weenie upgrades there if I wanted to. Let's look at the concealed caverns first, though. One Horn's Tome. Umbra Stone for Trample isn't bad either. Especially when the Penumbra is about to become 80 or 100. Can't remember. But it's about to get much larger. Give it multi-strike would be so good, though. I could also decrease the cost of the One Horn's Tome right now. Make it only 4 cost. Making it only 4 cost means that I still need another cost reduction late. Yeah, it needs to be One Horn's Tome. It's too good. Alright, Merchant. Let's go for the reroll. Decrease the cost of the One Horn's Tome, and plus 10 magic power to... Yeah, I'll just upgrade a torch, I think. Or will I? Yeah, next area has another unstable vortex next to another Merchant of Magic and Herzl Sword. I'm going to be going there. Okay, let's remove 2 torches. Go back out. So the thing that I have to worry about most heavily right now is I have to scale basically twice as fast for Seraph the Chaste, because Divine Shields on the Crucible Warden are going to get removed half at a time. Unfortunately, also, the Devourer of Death, the soul abilities are considered a buff as well, so the Devourer of Death is not going to be good in the final fight either. I might end up cutting it before we go there. Okay, Fel's going to be adding Scourge cards to our deck, so we definitely need the Shadow Eater floor on the bottom. Shadow Eater on the bottom floor is so good against Scourges, because the enemies that give you Scourges either have 5 or 10 health, and the Shadow Eater either has to eat 1 or 2 in order to be totally fine with doing that. If I want to get the Crucible Warden right now, yeah, I'm going to have to play the Crucible Warden right now. Maybe I go Energy. Yeah, I think maybe I go Energy after this, because setting up on turn 1 has become really hard to do. But the Ember Cache and Excavation Eruption, we have other tools in here for that. Okay, only need 1 on the bottom floor. Oh, I actually only needed 2 on the bottom floor because we were going to overstack here anyway. God, if that was One Horn Tome, that would have been so good. Okay. I mean, One Horn's Tome might be in my next hand. I can get myself a bunch of energy for the next hand with the Rubble Morsel. Actually, I only need 1 energy with the Rubble Morsel for the next hand for it to work. Let's see. I love the Shroud Mitosis holdover. Oh, it's so good. Yep, there's the One Horn's Tome. I'll leave the Ultimate Penance. And then the One Horn's Tome goes on. I mean, the Frontliner is about to become way better. Let's give it to that, sure. And then the next cycle, I just have to worry about getting rid of those Scourges that got put in the deck. Ooh, 40 armor out of nowhere is so good. Let's get some more Harvest Triggers down here on the bottom line. Not enough damage, unfortunately, though. I could cannibalize you in order to get a Shroud Mitosis off. In fact, I kind of like the idea. Alright. Got way better damage stats there, but still not that many turns of being able to hit the enemy. Let's see what we can do here. And why is it anything we want? It's another Shroud Mitosis. They're just good. But with another Shroud Mitosis, I feel like maybe it is time for another capacity again. No, because the Shroud Mitosis is our ability to overstack through the capacity, so this is actually bad right now, right? Draw is pretty good. But draw is always really good. Draw is always really good, though. Take draw. It's a weird kind of just repeating myself there, but works in the end. Consume removal. Love it. Do I, though? Do I actually love it, though? Gorge abilities trigger additional time. Hell yeah. Double damage to the enemies as well as double divine shield. That helps us scale past the Seraph the Chase. It'll work. Got a negative cost that. I want to reroll. Plus magic power does nothing for us. Negative cost does nothing for us right now. Not much for us right now. Okay, I'll pass that up. And then I think I get the final 2 torches out of here. The Shadow Eater is already fulfilling the role of these torches. Then extra capacity as well as extra size. This is totally fine. Especially with the double gorge, we heal up a lot on that bottom floor. They would have to deal like 50 damage in a turn for it to be a problem. This is unfortunate though. That purifier is getting to the 2nd floor. But it does look like that's where they're going to stop. If I don't play that Shadow Eater right now, I don't have it for a whole cycle. So that I can't play that over the One Horn's Tome. And then I think I have to play the Molting Imp. Saves a bunch of HP on the bottom floor. I really wish I could hold over that Shroud Mitosis right now, but unfortunately that hand was too full of stuff that I really couldn't do all of. God, that Gilded Wing actually feels like it's good. Is that Gilded Wing about to kill us? Hang on. It'll hit us 4 times? No, it's not going to kill us, but yikes. Oh, God. This one also proposes a similar threat right now. Yeah. I think we just die to them now. This is really annoying. The multi-strike on the Rail Beater means that the Steel Wings gets knocked to the back, and then, because both of them live, the Gilded Wing gets knocked back to the back, and then the Penumbra kills the Steel Wings rather than the Gilded Wing. Like, I'm certain we've already lost this now. Is around about where I'm at. Because nothing I played at the top floor is going to do anything at this point. This is exactly the problem that I was talking about. 2 big dudes. What do we do against them? I thought that our solution was that multi-strike tome, the One Horn's Tome, but we couldn't play it. That's really annoying, because even if I went... So, I reduced the cost of the One Horn's Tome. If I remember correctly, the One Horn's Tome came up on the same turn as the Shadow Eater. So, even with the Energy Crystal from the previous one, so Fell's Resolve, if this had been Fell's Resolve, we still wouldn't have been able to play both of them in the same turn. Although, if it was Fell's Resolve, I probably wasn't going to cost reduce the One Horn's Tome again. That's really unfortunate. Also, getting one of the packed morsels earlier when we had the first triad mitosis would have been huge. Would have saved us so much. What else could I have done to try and take out the big dudes there? Not play the rail beater? No, the rail beater turned out to just be extra damage to each of them, so 20 per. Upgrade the frontliner in a previous Merchant of Steel? No, it wouldn't have had time to grow to even fight them because they were out really early. Set up on the top floor? As in set up the Shadow Eater on the bottom floor and then set up the top floor to be the Penumbra floor? That would mean that my morsels do less damage because they come in dazed, so they don't have the ability to use their Scorching Restraints damage against the enemy. I don't think that would have saved us. I don't know what would have with this build. Obviously, like, you know, a complete modification to this build and running a completely different run is a one way. Maybe it was extra energy. Obviously, drawing better at the start there would have been incredible. Like, if we had have gotten the Shadow Eater as well as Morsel Generation on the first turn, we would have saved ourselves so much hassle there. But you can't guarantee that, especially when you have a Rail Eater as well as a Crucible Warden in the deck. So you've got 3 things competing to be the banner unit you draw on the first turn. You can draw more of them, but you will guarantee draw at least one of them. So if you only have one, that's the one you get. That's part of the reason why I oftentimes end up with like one single kill flaw, and it's just because I've got this one minion I'm very reliant on getting early, and the only way to guarantee I get as early is to have it be the only unit in my deck. Or oftentimes I'll run 2 units and do the exact same thing, because then I get them in the first 2 turns, so by the time the enemy's into the second floor, I already have my second floor built. Yeah. I don't know. It feels like this run should have worked better. I guess giving them the extra damage was a big problem. Obviously, like, they dealt, you know, a ridiculous amount more damage to my Pyre as a result of being given the extra damage from the challenge. That's something I literally only just remembered, that I gave them extra damage from the challenge. That's not just something I've been avoiding mentioning. It's just I forgot that I'd done that. Yeah, obviously in retrospect, that's something we should have fixed. It's just I just don't think I had the ability to prevent them getting to the top line anyway. Whereas I thought that I was strong enough to do that. That's probably the big turnaround point, is at the start of that fight recognizing that, yes, while we have our units enough health to live through the enemies dealing that extra damage, we can't currently deal with those enemies, so when they get to the Pyre, they'll kill us. Because I looked at the challenge and I went, can we live through that? Yes. And I even justified it in that exact same way. I was saying the Shadow Eater isn't going to die unless they have a bunch of units that can deal more than 35 damage in a single turn, right? Because then we're going to get dry of morsels for 2 turns, not have the ability to heal up, then we're dead, right? So I was running it by, can our build live against this? But I wasn't running it by, is our build actually going to kill these enemies? And if it can't, can our Pyre survive against this? And that's the thing that I missed. I don't know if that ultimately would have saved us, because we still would have been leaking units to the top floor every other turn. But that's the biggest individual change that I could have made there. All right. Good. That's actually really good, because I know that for a lot of the time when I look at challenges, I think, can my build live against this, rather than, if my build fails against this, what happens? And that's something that I should be considering. A great lesson the run has taught me. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Monster Train. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.